I think that you are an extreme danger to our public, and I'm going to do everything in my power to protect our public. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to order you not to. You scare me. You really, really do. You know, you look young too. Detention. On that case, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You're also charged with failure to identify oneself to a peace officer while being a fugitive from justice. That kicks it up to a Class A, so you're also facing a year and or a $4,000 fine on those cases as well. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 31st, 2025, the officer observed the defendant's vehicle run a red signal light at the 3400 block of Live Oak Street in Harris County, Texas. The officer further observed the vehicle completely failed to stop at a red signal light and activated his emergency equipment and conducted a traffic stop. The officer made contact with the defendant, who was observed to be behind the driver's seat of the vehicle, and the defendant stated that he does not have his identification card with him, and the defendant gave a fictitious name of Fisher Leroy with date of birth January 1st, 2006. The officer ran the name through NCIC and found a DPS picture that does not remotely resemble the defendant. The defendant was asked if he was given the correct information, and the officer walked back to his patrol vehicle to double check, and the officer then observed the defendant exit the vehicle and sprint away despite giving him orders to stop. The officer ran after the defendant and observed the defendant get into another vehicle, the passenger side. The other vehicle drove away, and the officer gave the last direction of travel over the radio, but was not able to locate the vehicle. The officer walked back to the defendant's vehicle, secured it, and conducted an inventory check, finding a debit card inside with the name Kendrick Davis. The officer ran the name through NCIC and found a hit with a date of birth of 2/10/2003 with multiple Class C warrants, and ran a driver's license check with the defendant's picture and with date of birth. The DPS picture matched the defendant, and he was able to positively ID. And that's it, Your Honor.
So I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward on both of your cases. The reason I'm bringing you out now is because there's no bond that's set on your cases, and we have to set you a bond. One of the things that I use to determine on what to set a bond is how dangerous you are, because I've never met you before. I don't know you. And all I know is that you've got a birthday in 5 days. So he's on bond for an aggravated robbery now, right?
Yes, Judge. It's my understanding, I think it was a 2B, it looks like. I don't believe bond conditions and everything were put in place until a few days ago.
Okay. So the charging instrument was filed November 13th of 2024. I think that you may well be right. In that case, it says here, a Kendrick Rashard Davis hereinafter saw the defendant heretofore on or about August 12th, 2024, did then and there unlawfully while in the course of committing a theft of property owned by yada, 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 with intent to obtain and maintain control, intentionally and knowingly cause bodily injury to the complaining witness by using and exhibiting a deadly weapon, namely a firearm. Complainant McSweeney advised that defendant Davis proceeded to pull a pistol from his waistband and pistol whip him with it multiple times on his head and face area, causing multiple cuts and bruises to his head and face area. As he proceeded to fall down on the ground, he continued to strike him in the head and face area with a closed fist and then stomp on his face with his foot. Complainant McSweeney stated that he was in fear for his life and felt severe head pain as a result of the assault. I see that he has also picked up an evading arrest in a motor vehicle the day after our two cases. How? Oh, I guess that's how they caught up to him, right?
They must have him. They found him, and that's when they arrested him on that. And then he got picked up on me, I believe.
Okay, so what happened in that case? Is he like driving 100 miles an hour? Is he just?
Yes, Judge. It says that the officer observed the defendant conduct an improper turn and failed to turn into the correct designated lane. They activated their lights and sirens, and the defendant evaded at speeds of 90 to 115 miles per hour for 3.5 miles on the highways and multiple residential and business streets.
Okay. I think that you are an extreme danger to our public, and I'm going to do everything in my power to protect our public. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to order you not to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what is going on in your life. I don't care if there's a burning building. You have to say 50 kittens. If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car and drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also putting in this affidavit that you're not supposed to be in possession of any weapons as well. If I find that you have a weapon, because I don't know if you're going to get out or not, and because these cases, because of the nature of the aggravated robbery, because of the nature of this one, I'm making his bonds high, you know? I'm going to set them at 20,000 each.
So can I make an argument?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
you,
I
Judge.
don't want to get ahead of myself, please. Yes.
So I was appointed to Mr. Davis this morning. I was able to talk to him a little bit in the holdover. We are requesting PR bonds for both of the cases. He's 22 years old. He's lived in, or I'm sorry, 21 years old. He's lived in Houston his whole life. He has a lot of family in Houston. His grandparents, mom, daughter, and siblings. Prior to being in custody, he was working at Builders First Source for around a month. Mr. Davis also lives with his grandfather who has cancer. Mr. Davis is his caretaker, is my understanding. Mr. Davis has no savings and was found to be indigent by the court, so we are requesting a PR bond.
I think that he is an absolute, just a complete danger to our public. I can't possibly give him a PR bond due to the nature of both of the charges that you are facing now. I think that you're a flight risk. You've done everything in your power to evade capture. You've produced false names. So I find by clear and convincing evidence that you're an extreme flight risk. You're a danger to our community. And I'm going to set your bonds each at $20,000. I don't know if you're going to be able to post bonds, but if you do, I'm going to order you under house arrest if you do get out. And I'm going to order you to obtain a GPS monitor on your ankle. Like I said, you will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not to be in possession of any weapons and not to drive any vehicle whatsoever for any reason. If you do, I can have a contempt hearing. Do you understand?
By the end of the hearing, the judge denied the request for a personal recognizance, bond, and imposed strict conditions if the defendant were to be released. In the second case, the judge also declined to grant immediate bond, citing concerns about public safety and repeated legal issues. The cases will now move forward through.
The felonies are set for April 7th. I don't like to set them out too far just in case. If you want to, we can do up to 30 days. It's up to you.
That's perfect.
And then we'll come back. I don't know. We'll see what circumstances have changed, and then we'll go from there and just keep us in the loop.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I need you to sign this for me. I need him to sign bond conditions with Felicia, and then after that, it's pretty done. Okay.
Wait, excuse?
Yes, ma'am. And thank you for everything.
So Ronnie Lewis is on docket today, Judge. Even though he's from here, apparently got stopped by a state trooper for a matter out of Louisiana. He missed his arraignment date. My understanding was they were recalling that warrant there, but Madam Prosecutor checked, the warrant is still active. So I'm asking that he get a bond so he can make that arraignment court date. I just was advised that the state is asking for no bond.
And here's the thing. I've given him a bond before. It's not my first rodeo with him.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And
we got those cases taken care of, though.
I know, dude's dangerous, man. I mean,
Judge, these are not
robbery.
Well, the robbery is actually, I'm on the robbery. The robbery is going to be hopefully dismissed because he didn't do that.
Guys, do you mind bringing out Mr. Lewis? So just hold on. Let's bring him out so he can, because it's only fair that he gets to hear this. You know, I'm bringing you out here now because we're talking about you, and it's only fair that you get to hear what we're talking about.
Sir.
I will tell you that nothing in life makes me more unhappy than having to keep someone in custody. I don't like to put people in jail. I don't get off on it. There are a lot of judges that do, you know. I don't like it. And if I can keep someone out, then I try, you know, because jail sucks. But some people get it and just some people don't get it, you know? And while I really don't know you, the way I get to know you is how you are on paper, because that really tells me who you are. Are you a nice guy? Are you a danger to the community? Do you hopscotch criminality with the states like you're playing hopscotch? Not
Ain't never went.
anymore.
Yeah. Oh, listen, man.
And look, I don't want you to say anything because I know that you're going to tell me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods, right? It's little rainbows and gumdrops and this, but this is the third fugitive case we had.
I went to care.
I will tell you that I absolutely love your lawyer. I mean, just, but with a third fugitive case, not only that, you have an open robbery. You done now just picked up a burglar of a motor vehicle here, not,
They just,
well, they filed it today.
yes, sir. As a result of being in custody, it was a case from January, but we just filed today. We did get a bond on that, but
You scare me. You really, really do. You know, you look young too. That's probably the worst part about this. I mean, what are you, like 26, 27 years old? You know, 32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And that's just here. I really hope that it doesn't take a 50-year or a bullet to help you realize that can't keep it up. Something's gonna happen, man. You know, I can't. It's a third. You want to say something? I'm happy to hear you out.
I would, Judge. I do understand the court's concern, and obviously it's something that, as the fugitive judge, to take into consideration. And you're right, this is our third time being before you. Unfortunately, I do know the matters in California have been resolved, and bond is supposed to ensure a person's appearance in court. Mr. Lewis has not had a problem with going to those states, appearing in court, coming back here as ordered by this court to show that he is with this matter in Opelousas. This is a case that they just indicted. They sent a summons out. Apparently, he did not receive a summons. We had it on good authority yesterday that they were going to recall that and just reissue a new court date since it wasn't.
If they do
arraigned.
that, then that lifts the whole.
Then right, that solves
So,
everything.
I don't know if you can get over there and get them to say, hey, lift it, reissue it, because if that happens, the whole releases, you make bond on the BMV and then
Correct.
he needs to
Correct.
do what he needs to do.
For the sake of, Judge, I would ask if the court would entertain a $30,000 bond, but if not, I do understand what my other alternative is, which might actually save him some money and do that. But I do want to be heard on that bond, and I would ask that bond be set at $30,000.
I can't. You scare me. And I tell you now, with me, I don't do it twice. And now it's a third. Just not, I can't. You scare me, Mr. Lewis, really. All I want in life, all I want are my streets to be safe. Every single day, someone's dying around here. But one, I can't.
Thank you, Judge.
So, yeah, I mean, has he waived? Has he refused?
Yes, he waived on the 25th.
Okay, so he's got 1 day credit. I will tell you this. The good news for you is that we have so many buses coming in and out of Louisiana that if you make bond on the BMV case, you'll probably be back in Louisiana within the next 3 days. So the only thing that needs to happen, the problem is now we're told because he's not made bond on his misdemeanor case because it just got filed.
It just got filed, Judge, and we're
Make
working on that
bond.
now.
That lifts the toll. And then I'm telling you, we have buses in Louisiana coming to pick up people 2 times a week. So he'll be out, look at his plate, unless you can get that whole lift.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I will also note that he has an investigative hold prisoner hold. Jay did talk to me earlier that I should be gone before April, the next April setting of the other cases, but that is also holding him on extradition until the city.
An investigative hold for what?
It's
The
investigative
BMV?
hold prisoner. I don't know what it is off the top of my
So
head.
HPD has a hold on him for some reason. I have no idea. I've seen this maybe one time. It says literally investigative hold prisoner. by HPD.
Okay.
have
They
no
only
idea.
got a certain amount of time. They got to either make, else to get off the pot. So we'll deal
I don't
with
know.
that.
I mean, your best bet, talk to Day because he'll tell you more what that means because I just don't know.
Okay.
He's already waived, so that part's done. Try to get the bond upstairs and then that way we can get.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
The court process, where future hearings and the evidence presented will determine the next legal steps. Part 2, details of the case and expressed serious concern about the defendant's actions. According to the allegations, the defendant provided a false identity, fled from officers during a traffic stop, and was already facing other pending criminal charges. The judge explained that these factors raised concerns about public safety and the risk that the defendant might not appear in court. Based on those concerns, the court decided to set strict bond conditions.